Hey everyone, welcome back to Sobriety for Beginners because I know that I am. I'm just a beginner in all this. Um, there's going to be a lot of background noise going on. My city has decided the road that I live off of, they're going to build a roundabout because it is, somewhat of a high traffic area, and there's a park across the street where people can go and play soccer, and there's a playground there and all that stuff. And so they want to build a roundabout there, and so they're kind of diverting traffic down, different ways and stuff. And so I hear a lot of construction vehicles and all kinds of stuff. So I do apologize if you do hear some construction vehicles going on in the background. There's not much I can do about it, but they're building a roundabout right there, so it's driving us crazy because now the main street goes east to west, and then we live off of the main street. We live like a little residential street off that main street. Well, they've diverted the traffic onto our residential street to go around it, of course, a detour. And so we'd never had that many cars on our street before, and now all of a sudden we're getting like all the cars on our street. And so it's driving us nuts because everyone's driving fast and they're not slowing down, and of course we're the people standing in our front yard going, slow down, you're driving too fast, rah, 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 rah. So we're those people. And so there's a couple houses down that bought some signs that say like slow down and stuff, but it's our quiet little residential street, and we don't need you zooming along with your cars, squealing tires and everything else to go with it. So, but the constructions should only last about 3 months, and after that things will go back to normal. Traffic will then be diverted to the roundabout and get off of my street. Get off my street. So I do apologize if you hear a lot of construction noises and stuff, but anyways, today I wanted to talk about I met this girl in AA, and she had come up to me in a meeting, and I talked about her before, and she was having a hard time because she's in and out of the program. She calls herself a chronic relapser, and her and I had been texting back and forth, and so we were having these long conversations. And I think I mentioned this before in a video, but one night, a random number texts me, and it's her. And I tried to call it back. I tried to get in contact with this number, no answer, nothing. So then later on, of course, I see her, and come to find out that particular night that she was texting me from that random number, she ended up getting a DUI. She ended up driving drunk and crashed her car, and caused this big disturbance in a lot of people's lives. And so now I felt bad because had I gotten to her text message sooner, could I have stopped it? Could I have stopped her from doing something stupid? Could I have stopped her from doing that? But unfortunately that's in the past, so I can't relive it. I can't rehash it. What's done is done, kind of thing. So we've been texting back and forth after that, and we talked about like the cycle of drinking. Like you wake up and you hate yourself, and you hate what you've done, and you have that guilt and remorse and everything else, and so then you go back to drink, and then you start your whole day all over again, and you're drinking again, and you're starting that vicious cycle of constantly drinking. And she's like, I hate that cycle. That cycle, tears me down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I agree. Like, it's a bad cycle to get in. And I know this because I've been in that cycle. I've woken up and hated life and drank. And then immediately, as soon as I get that first drink in my body, I'm done for the day, because I'm going to continue to drink for the rest of the day until I pretty much black out or pass out, And then you wake up the next morning, you hate life, and you hate hearing and seeing and finding out all the things that you did the day prior. And once again, you have that guilt and remorse and shame that builds up again, and then you just want it to go away. So what do? You drink to forget about it, and then you start to cycle over, It's a nasty little cycle to get into. So we were talking about that, and she's, texting me, telling me, like what happened and how she got into her accident and all this other good stuff. And she's like, wish I never did that, and she's telling me all these things. And I'm like, good, I'm glad, hopefully this will be your wake-up call. Hopefully this will be your time to be like, I'm done. I'm done with this. This is my rock bottom. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed, and I can't do this anymore. But we texted, she kind of comes and goes. I'll text her, 2 or 3 days will go by, no response. And I had texted her, and she was like, sorry, I missed your text. I slept in late. Liquor does that to you. It makes you sleep hard. And I'm like, really? Seriously? You're back at it again? The chronic relapser is back at it again after you just got a DUI, after you just crashed your car, and after you've caused a huge disturbance in all these other people's lives. And I've seen her at meetings, and I've talked to her, and we talk and we hug and walk each other to our cars, and she seems like she wants to try and stop, but then I get messages like that, and it's heartbreaking because I want to be there. I want to be there and be her friend. And when she's in those moments of the low where she's mad at herself and angry and wants to vent and complain, I want to be there, because I want to talk about, selfishly, I want to talk about the times that I was also, in those moments of, I hate life, I hate looking back at my text messages, I hate the fact that I just spent all this money on alcohol, I hate the fact that I just crashed a car, I hate the fact that I've done all this and now I'm, disrupting everybody's lives. I've been there, I've totally been there. So that's why I've been texting her my experiences, because I know how shitty it is. Honestly, I hate never swear, but it sucks. And then a couple days come around, and she'll start texting me again, and and we'll have a great conversation, and we'll talk about her and I are both into growing new plants. I'm growing little daisies with my daughter, so we'll talk about that. And so she'll come around and we'll talk for a few days, and all of a sudden she's gone again. And it's like, do I continue to try and be there, or do I start to distance myself from her, because I don't want to become attached to somebody who's ultimately going to hurt themselves. And it's going to be heartbreaking for me, because I want to be there for her, but I don't want to have it affect my sobriety as well. I want to be there for her. I want to listen to her when she's in those down moments, because sometimes when you do drink, it tends to get really dark and you start to think of really bad things. And so I want to be there if she's in those moments, but I don't want to keep attaching myself to somebody who is going to mentally drain me, or get my emotions going, or get me upset. What if, again, she randomly texts me from another number, please call me, and then I'm gonna start thinking oh great, here we go again, I need to go get her, because I know last time she got into a wreck and she got a DUI. And so if she texts me again from another number, how am I going to prevent her from crashing another car, getting another DUI? Do I distance myself, or, I don't know. I'm just in a really weird spot. I don't know how to handle it. So I'm just, there to listen when she's ready. But for me, I'm new to all this. I don't know how to handle it personally myself, because it does stir up feelings that I don't know how to handle. And, do I go and help her when she needs help? Or do I say, I'm sorry, you're cutting into my sobriety. I don't know the answer to this. So I want to talk about it because it's a tough thing. I really like this person. I hope them well. I hope them, that they can finally hit their rock bottom, get their point that they're like, I'm done. I don't want to be that chronic relapser anymore. I don't want to be that person who's constantly going back into the cycle over and over again. I want her to have that aha moment and finally stop drinking, but I can't be the one to make her stop. She has to be the one to do it. So it's just hard. It is. It sucks having feelings. Feelings are hard. But anyways, it was a good weekend this weekend. We had some friends over. We got some barbecue. We had fajitas. We made flank steak and chicken. And we grilled up some peppers and onions. And grilled up even put the tortillas on the grill as well. Got to get those, nice and cooked. So it was good. We had a Mexican little theme this weekend, and we got to have some friends over and go swimming and stuff. So it's nice to finally get some social interaction coming in, because it's good to talk to other people other than the three people that live in my house. So it's nice. Had a good weekend. So hope everybody else is having a good weekend. I hope everybody else has a good week. I can definitely say that I'm grateful today that it's a beautiful day. Because yesterday it rained, but today it's blue skies and nice white fluffy clouds, so I'm happy for that. Definitely being very grateful. But I hope everybody else has a great day, and if you have any words or comments or anything to kind of help me through my situation, definitely here to listen. So I'm just a beginner in all this. I have lots of room to grow, and I'm willing to grow. So, hope everybody else has a great day, and I will talk to you soon.